I'm Annie Garofalo. I work with founders to prevent co-founder conflict in early stage startups. I do this because I was a co-founder, and then went on to study this at Stanford and have now worked with hundreds of teams. And the biggest question I get, especially in entrepreneurs just starting out, is how do I find a co-founder? The first question you should be asking yourself is, why do I want a co-founder? And if your answer is because investors expect it, that's not deep enough. Investors expect a lot of different things. It's your story. So instead, go a level deeper and ask yourself, am I motivated by wealth or by control? And depending on your answer to that question, for example, if you're motivated more by control and you thrive when you're the sole decision maker, maybe you're better as a solo founder, and that's a story that you can tell investors as long as you've thought about it and are crafting your narrative. If your answer is more on the, I really thrive in a team, I don't need to have sole control, then go on to the next question and ask yourself, what do I want from a co-founder? And go deeper on what that profile looks like. The second question is, what do you want in a co-founder? And I find that people's answers usually span 3 categories. So the first is functional. Maybe I'm a business founder and I'm looking for a technical founder. Those complementary skill sets is something that a lot of people gravitate towards and is easy to evaluate on paper. Harder is these next 2 categories, social and emotional. So from a social perspective, maybe you're looking for someone who leads or manages teams similarly to you or differently from you, but shares the same set of social values. From an emotional perspective, maybe you're looking for someone to be a sounding board or to be there through the highs and the lows of starting a company, because it is a roller coaster. So depending on your answers across those 3 categories, that not only shapes who you're looking for, but it also should shape how you're searching for these people and how you're trialing working with them. And the third and final question to ask yourself is, how should I be finding these people? For some people, the platforms online work. So Y Combinator has a co-founder match platform. There's a new platform called Coffee Space. There's a lot of ways to meet new people virtually. For me, it's more important to connect organically and in person. So one way to leverage your loose ties in your existing network is actually to make a short list of 5 people that you would feel comfortable co-founding with, whether it's their skill set or you trust them, they have shared values, have worked with them in the past. But make that list, reach out to each of them, and assuming they're not interested in starting a startup, because it is a rare find, you can ask them who their top 5 is. And that way you now have a list of 25 names. Maybe one of those people is interested in making a career shift, and you can start experimenting with working with them. Once you've found somebody that might be a potential co-founder, you want to be really clear on expectations and have a specific intentional trial period. That could look like anything from building a small feature to move the product forward, or something as small as co-hosting an in-person event together or going on a weekend trip together. Essentially, what you want to be testing in this trial period is how your stress response interacts with that person's stress response. Do they exacerbate each other? Do they help to actually build something even more productive? If they exacerbate each other, that might not be the best partnership, and at least you've laid out the expectations to have that conversation. And if they work really well together, then continue to trial and maybe move that closer to the company and engage more deeply. As a reminder, the intent of the trial period isn't to move forward with everyone that you're trialing. It is to really understand if you work well with them, if they work well with you, and a success outcome is actually terminating the partnership if it isn't working. It's much better to know sooner rather than later so that you can get out there and keep working with new potential co-founders so that you can find the right match. And it is very similar to the dating advice that you get out there. Don't fall into the scarcity mindset. At the end of the day, you can build your company independent of a co-founder if you need to. Maybe that means hiring a founding engineer before bringing on a technical co-founder. But as long as you're open to thinking creatively about your founding team arrangement, you can build the right company for you and for your industry.